I don't know about you guys, but I have so much ish to do in preparation for the holiday, but we're gonna film a video instead. Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a get ready with me that is Thanksgiving themed around a Friendsgiving prompt. So I'm going to be going through creating this look and answering some questions from the prompt that my friend DW sent out. This is a collaboration with a bunch of other YouTube creators that she is hosting in the spirit of friendship, and I'm very excited to participate in that. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And if you could do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button now so that you don't forget later, I would truly appreciate it. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump on into the video, guys. Okay, so I've got my eyes primed, I've got my mirror over here, and I've got my questions down in front of me. Setup is a little bit different, but I think in a good way. I got some new things early for Christmas, and I'm really liking the way that it's coming together. But back to the collab. So the first question is, what eyeshadow palette makes me think of a Thanksgiving feast? Well, naturally, the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice always gives me all of the fall Thanksgiving vibes. Not only the packaging, but also just like the color story in my mind is just so Thanksgiving feasty. So I'm going to go in with the shade Whipped Cream right here. And I'm actually going to pop that lightly all over the lid just to get everything set down really quickly. I'm thinking I want to do something really like green fall grungy. So the next shade I'm gonna go into is Sweetie Pie, which is this really beautiful like olive toned khaki green situation. I think it is absolutely stunning. The second question was my favorite fall themed makeup product, and I'm gonna be honest, it is also this palette. So sorry that those answers are kind of like back to back slash like go with one another, but this is like hands down the most, well, really the only straight up fall themed palette that I have. So it was an easy pick for that one. And I think because it's the only like fall themed palette that I have, it also was like the most obvious choice for my palette that also makes me think of like Thanksgiving. I don't know. That was just my process. I was immediately like, oh, my pumpkin spice palette, like that 110%. 110%. All right, next I'm gonna go into the shade Cocoa Drizzle right there and pop that on the outer corner. The next question is, would I prefer to do bold lips or bold eyes for Thanksgiving? And for me, that was like a super easy choice. I would 110% rather go with a bold eye look, and I feel like that's my preference for any like big gathering or public gathering where like we're gonna be doing a lot of eating. Because I feel like bold lips are often more work, more maintenance. You have to be more careful with them. They're more finicky. And so when I'm like just trying to enjoy a good meal, like, you know, Thanksgiving, and I just want to eat and not worry about my makeup, I would much rather prefer to have a bold eye look that I'm not going to have to mess with or finesse or anything like that than a bold lip that's going to need probably pretty regular maintenance as I'm like going through and eating Thanksgiving dinner and drinking and all of that other stuff. Like, I just personally don't want to deal with the maintenance of a bold lip when I'm just trying to live my life, you know? All right, now I'm gonna go into the shade Fall Vibes, which is this beautiful sparkly green. And that is what I'm gonna put all over the lid. As I'm like doing this, I've kind of been reminded why I don't do videos like this. I am just a horrible multitasker. Like, I'm just not great at it, which I'm sure you probably noticed. But anyways, gosh, this shade, even though I'm spraying it down, has a lot of fallout. Which I'm like, maybe I should go with a glitter glue, but I don't know. I really just kind of wanted a light scattering, which I'm gonna get. It's just like gonna be kind of scattered all over my face as well, you know? Love that for me. The next question is, have I ever hosted or been invited to a Friendsgiving? Invited, I don't think so. I want to say maybe in college. Well, honestly, that's like a whole other lifetime ago, and I can't remember. In my adult life, no. Have I ever hosted one? Yes. I hosted one for 2 or 3 years when I was with my ex, with like basically his friends, our joint friends, whatever, but they were like his friends and stuff. So I hosted that for a couple of years, which was like, it was fun. It was like kind of stressful because I was making, you know, the bulk of the meal, which anyone that does that makes the Thanksgiving and hosts Thanksgiving, like, you get it. But gosh, this shade, the way I applied this was just not in its best interest. I should have just put down the glitter glue and went in with my finger. I know better. Yeah, so I have not hosted a Thanksgiving since then. And to be honest, I don't really have a desire to. I'm pretty over that. Like, I went through a little bit of a hosting phase, but I also think that's because I did not like my partner. And now I deeply love my partner. And yeah, so I just don't really have the desire to host and have a whole bunch of people over. Like, it's just so much work, for one. 2, like, not to be that person, but I don't really have any in real life friends. Like, I have, like, my cousin is probably like my closest friend, and then I have and she lives over an hour away, and then my childhood best friend that we still like hang out sometimes and chat, like, she also lives over an hour away. So we get together sometimes, but not like as much as in high school and middle school and all that, you know? And then my best friend lives 13 hours away. So who would I even be hosting this, you know, Thanksgiving for? Or Friendsgiving for, I guess. My boyfriend has like one close friend that we like hang out with sometimes, but for that it's just like I would just rather just hang out in each other's company. And luckily my family is like, well, my mom's side of my family is like close and does stuff, so you know, I have that Thanksgiving to go to and to be like a part of every year. Next, I'm just gonna use the Chanel. This is the Le Beige Revitalizing Foundation in the shade B10. And I will link everything below if there's anything you're curious about what I use, just because like I'm not chatting about the products a lot. So I will list it there. The next question is, what is my signature dish? And my signature dish is deviled eggs. A lot of people in the family have given this one a go, and like they've been all right. I don't think we've ever had like a horrid batch, but my ex's mom made deviled eggs for her Thanksgiving one year, and they knocked my socks off. They were so freaking delicious. I was like, you have to teach me how to make these because I want to take them places. And she taught me how to make them. And I brought them to, I can't remember if it was a Thanksgiving or Christmas, one of the two. And everyone was similar to me, swooning over them. Like, so good. So now that is my forever designated dish. They're always like, Megan, you're bringing the deviled eggs. Like, so that is the one that I always am assigned / make, which is fine by me because it's really not too tough. I used to eat a ton of hard-boiled eggs back in college, so I have the boiling process down to an exact science to optimize the peeling experience. So really, it's like, in my opinion, a very like easy dish for me to whip up even in like large quantities. So that is like my assigned dish every year. And then like usually I typically will do that, and then like, well, I guess it depends on the year, because I guess sometimes I'm feeling more experimentative than others, but I usually will do that, and then I'll do like a dish that I want to try, usually like in the appetizer category or dessert category or something like that, depending on what we need. Because what my grandma does is she always does like the meat, and then she will also do the most delicious, she like bakes sweet potatoes in the oven. Like she skins them down and bakes them, but she bakes them in like a brown sugar, butter, honey mixture. God, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I'm very excited. So she always does those things, and sometimes she'll do like some other stuff as well, but she always does those, and then everything else like other people have to bring, which I love that for her. She should not be cooking all that shit by herself. So I'm more than happy to help out with the needed food. And this year I chose this feta dip, and it's like a whipped feta, and I'm gonna make homemade cranberry sauce to put on top of it. And then it also calls for pistachios and hot honey. And then also there's like some orange zest and a couple other things. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I saw like a reel of it and it looked absolutely delicious. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring that as my like, here's what I'm gonna try dish. And we're all gonna just hope that it's good. The next question was, what is my like, what dish am I looking forward to the most? Which you can probably guess one of them from my explanation a minute ago. My grandma's sweet potatoes. But then the next one would be mashed potatoes. I fuck hard with some mashed potatoes. And I will never forget, one year we went to, I don't know what she would technically be, but it's my grandma's sister. She hosted it. And I don't know who made those mashed potatoes, but until that moment, I did not know it was possible to mess them up to a point where they tasted absolutely disgusting. It, not to be dramatic, but it ran the whole day for me. I was just like, I was counting on those and they tasted fucking disgusting. It was so just disappointing. But I would say like those are my two, like the two dishes I personally look forward to the most. The next question is any Thanksgiving traditions? We've had a few, but some of them kind of just have been aged out by the changing of time. So I'm going to just kind of explain that. So the one that we still do is we all go around and we will say what we are thankful or grateful for, which does take a bit of time because usually there's like 20 to 30 people. So we go around and we'll say what we are grateful for. We also typically always do, like we'll play, people will stay later so we can play multiple like card games or board games, and we'll just like hang out and really enjoy each other's company. That's something that we always usually do with our like wine and dessert, is do like game time. One that we used to do but no longer do, just to, you know, like I said, the changing of times, is we used to always eat our dessert while we looked through Black Friday ads and would circle where we thought we wanted to go or what we wanted, and would, you know, eat dessert while we made the plan of action or the plan of attack to secure these Black Friday deals. But as you guys know anymore, I don't really feel like there's anything to be ever like rushing around about or trying to get in store. I feel like they've made it so everything is like not only available online, but it's available like a week before Black Friday. Like it's really just kind of cut out the whole experience, in my opinion. So that's one that we used to always do, but we don't really do anymore, which my aunt, I think, is the most upset about. Like, she still takes it hard every year. Gonna dip back into my pumpkin spice just to do some finishing touches on the lower lash line there. The next question is the beauty product I am most thankful for. And man, I have been thinking about this for like 2 weeks because I've had these prompts, but like I don't know, because part of me is just like wants to answer it in a way of, okay, like what do I love the most, or what am I most like excited about that I have this year, or just like what's been the most like exciting in my collection, whether this year or last year or the year before. Or I'm like, what am I most grateful for practicality wise? Like, you know, what could I not live without, so I'm so grateful for? Like, I just feel like there were so many ways to go with it, and so it was making it like impossible for me to pick something. And still, I don't know how much longer later, I still don't know. So yeah, if you want to know some of my favorite products from this year, I will link that video, because there's where I talk about everything I loved this year. And I'm, you know, grateful that I have all those products and that I got to test them and enjoy them. But also I'm grateful for the products I, you know, got to test that I didn't enjoy, that were like, you know, sent to me in PR or whatever. Like, I'm grateful for those products as well. So yeah, I'm grateful for makeup, okay? I'm grateful for makeup. I am going to pop off, do like liner, eyebrows, and then I will be back. Might be cheesy, but I saw Jen Loves do that once and I loved it, so I want to try it. The next question is, if I could only wear one lippy for the Thanksgiving season, what would it be? Well, I can't choose one. I have two. But I think, okay, I think the top runner, no, I know what the top runner would be, but I also wanted to show another option. So the first one is from Prada Beauty. It's their Soft Matte Lip in the shade 106. Very beautiful, like mauve brown shade. It goes so nicely with my favorite cool tone lip liner. So I think like this would probably be number one. Actually, I'll swatch it too. Number two, I think would be the MAC Cosmetics matte lipstick in the shade Twig Twist. This is a very like gorgeous deep color on the lips. That's Twig Twist, and that's B106. I think they're both beautiful, very fall, vampy colors. So I'm thinking it would probably be the Prada one just because the Prada formula is so much more comfortable, but they are both great fall shades. All right, and then the last question is, what is my favorite fall fragrance? And I'm a very seasonal fragrance person. I actively rotate through them because I find, for my nose at least, throughout the year, the scents tend to change and adapt, and so does my appeal to them. So I wanted to just show you what's in my rotation right now because it is what my nose is currently all up in. The first one is the Gucci Bloom. I absolutely love this one, but I only love it when it gets like really, really cold, like that 30-degree weather. Then it just shines. And this has a huge dent in it. I'm like to here on it that you can kind of see there. It's over halfway gone. This is a favorite during this time of year. The next one, which is new to me, is from Nest, and it's Vanilla Bourbon. This is so just like warm and boozy. I always get compliments when I wear it. The next one, which this one is just kind of coming in toward the end of fall, but I find it really shines in like January, February, and that is Replica, the Replica from, what is it, Maison Marangula, in the scent Coffee Break. But like I said, this one's just now entering the chat. And then the other one that I really love during this time of year is Wonderlust from Michael Kors. That is just what I've been feeling right now. I have other ones that I used earlier this month, but now that we're getting into like the cold weather, I'm starting to rotate into my like really like wintry fragrances. So those are the ones I have on rotation, but Lord, I have a lot. I love fragrance. And yeah, that is it. I hope you guys really liked how the look came out. I think it is so pretty, so sparkly. I hope that you're able to see that on your end as well. I'm actually just realizing I filmed this with these lights on above me. Yikes. So yeah, I turned them off and you might be able to see better now because I was like, oh wow, that's great. But yeah, I really, really love how this look came out. I hope that the prompts were fun to follow along. If you want to leave some of the answers to the questions in the comments, I would love to see your thoughts. And thanks again to DW for inviting me to be a part of this collaboration in the YouTube community. It was a lot of fun and I feel really grateful to have been included. DW is going to be making a playlist of everyone's videos that she invited to this collaboration over on her channel. So I'm going to link her below. Be sure to check out her video and everyone she has linked. I know I'm personally excited to watch them all. I'm hoping to find some like really new to me creators to subscribe to. So yeah, that is all. I hope you guys have an incredible week and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.